Do you struggle with running winning trades? Do you move your stop loss to break even and then get tagged out a lot and then watch the trade go on and hit your TP without you?
Do you lay up late at night full of regret and shame, just staring at TradingView on your phone at a position you messed up and lamenting where it all went wrong, not just with that trade, but also your life?
Forget that last bit, yeah? Well, the good news is you're not hopeless as a trader. You just lack a good trailing stop method with your strategy. So in this video, I'm going to run through the exact method that I use, which helped me become a more profitable trader more consistently and securing profits regularly. Edgewonk, the journaling software, recently put up a post saying that what they've noticed with their users is that the profitable traders have a way to run winners as long as possible. I've got a ref link in the description, by the way. If you've seen the weekly trade reviews on my channel, you'll see live examples of how I run my trailing stop method and how I use it to secure big profits and run as much as the move as possible. So let's get into it. First, I'm just going to show you a line drawing. This is just to explain the concept a little bit easier. Then we're going to look at the charts. So let's say you have an entry right at the bottom here. The green line is your entry, the red line is your stop loss. So the idea with the method is that you have two higher highs and two higher lows protecting your stop loss. So where price is, if there are two higher highs and two higher lows between where it is and your entry, then you can trail your stop loss. So here you can see when price is at A, when it's at that higher high, you can move your stop loss to the A at the bottom. And then when it's at B, you can trail your stop loss to B. And then when it's at C, you can trail your stop loss to C. So let's say you jump on the charts and you see this forming. You see a range forming with a breakout to the upside and a potential trend. So you decide to enter a position and go long with a stop below the range. And then price moves away, it starts trending, and you move your stop loss to break even to protect yourself. No, bad boy, don't do that.
That's a bad mental kitty.
Because what could happen is it retests the range that you went long from, it bounces, and then it rips up just like you'd planned, and you're not on board, and you look like a right dickhead because you moved your stop loss too early. Okay, so let's bring it back. It's bounced off the range, and then it's made a couple of higher highs. So here I've noted the first higher high, the second higher high, and the third higher high. You've got three higher highs between your entry and where price is currently. You've also got two higher lows from where price is and from your entry. So when price is at higher high number 3, you can trail your stop to higher low number 1. Or as it was in the line example, when price is at A, you can move to A. So there we have it. We've moved our stop loss. And it's important to note at this point that I've moved the stop to below the higher low, not to break even, because we're using the price structure to determine where we move our stop loss, not our feelings. The idea with doing this method below the higher lows is because if price is trending, and you can go back and look at a load of different examples of trends, you'll see that if it's going to trend, it's probably not going to break the first higher low. Sometimes it will, not every trend's perfect, and sometimes it chops around. But if it does break that first higher low, it really shouldn't be breaking the second higher low, which is the reason why we're moving our stop below it. If it does break that second higher low, it's going to be likely that it's going to go for your full stop loss and you're going to be fucked. So this is why I have it at two higher lows. So let's go back to where we were. Now price continues and it puts in high high number 4 and high low number 3. So we can trail our stop loss. So when price is at B, we can move it to two higher lows below it. So there we have it. We've done that. So now between our stop loss and where price is, there are two higher highs and two higher lows protecting us, as you can see here. This is good because when price starts ranging and you get a little bit uncertain of the read, you've got a logical place where your stop loss is. Sometimes it's going to break down and you've secured profits in a move which wasn't really destined for higher prices anyway. And, sometimes that could be 1R, 1.5R, something decent like that, but at least you've secured something. This is good normally for when you're going long in a higher time frame downtrend, when you're actually going long on a higher time frame retrace, where it's destined for lower prices, but you're catching that retrace to the upside. So again, let's just bring it back because sometimes it's just going to continue and it's going to put in higher high number 5 and higher low number 4. So when price is at C, you're going to move your stop loss up to C, two higher lows away. And as you can see, again, you've got two higher highs and two higher lows protecting your stop loss. Then price continues up again, and it puts in high high number 6 and high low number 5. So when price is at D, you're going to move to D, like this. So again, you've got two higher highs and two higher lows protecting your stop loss, giving the trade room to breathe to get to your TP, and not just closing on a whim. Price continues up again, It puts in higher high number 7 and higher low number 6. So when prices are E, you're going to move to E. So I've done that like that. Say it with me. There are 2 higher highs and 2 higher lows protecting your stop loss. And this is good because when it gets close to your TP and you might get a little bit antsy and want to move a little bit too quickly, it can sometimes fake that first low, but you've still got the second low protecting you. And then it ends up bouncing and you don't look like a twat because you've closed too early again. Sometimes it will start to look exhausted, and this is up to you and your judgment what you do with it. And sometimes it will just do a full retrace and you've moved your stop loss below that higher low, particularly when there's like a double push up that's failed and you can secure profits. But again, that's up to you. But then hopefully it's just going to run up to your take profit like this and you've bagged yourself a really nice trade, but you've made steps logically along the way to protect your stop loss and not close on a whim. Look, it's not perfect and it doesn't work 100% of the time. Nothing does. But given enough trades and enough time, you'll 100% notice a difference in your results. Not only in the P&L, but also your mentality, because you'll be securing profits more regularly, and that's good for your mental health. Sometimes you just got to have patience and big enough balls to sit through an entry retest or two before logically moving your stop loss. That's what I've kind of hoped this template in this video will give you, kind of a framework for something to develop yourself if you don't 100% agree with this, or something you can implement immediately to try and run your trades a little bit longer. Anyway, I'm going to go get some tissues, my phone, and get back to bed because I'm not done crying over a trade I messed up earlier today. Definitely going to take the tissues for that, nothing else. Go watch one of these videos next.